talk a little bit about retirement, as a matter of fact, because here's another issue that comes up. I appreciate that conversation on wheels. That's a lesson for me to take to heart as my mother is aging and as I am too. One of the things that I learned over the years of dealing with business owners, and I've done that for, 20-something years, quite often they don't have a plan for, succession planning?
That's right.
And that happens a lot in our community when it comes to understanding that you have to prepare somebody else to come in and take over once you no longer can do it. I've seen it in our community with people who have these wonderful businesses that they've built. Their children may be working for them. They don't want to retire, but they probably are at a stage where they need to, or at least need to be preparing for it. What are your thoughts on succession planning and preparing someone to come in after you?
Well, first, you have to start that in the home.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a young child and you have a business,
yes,
every time that child has some vacation time,
mm-hmm.
some time out of school on weekends, if you work, that child ought to be with you.
Right.
If he can't even empty the garbage can, if he's a year old, he ought to be sitting up in somewhere crawling around on the floor.
Right.
When he gets a little older, you can have him sweep the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You can have him go to the post office.
Mm-hmm.
You can have him to travel with you when you go and talk to a vendor,
mm-hmm.
and let him just observe. You don't teach him anything forcibly. Just have him there.
Right.
And then you tell him, son, I see that you have a good mode with people.
Mm-hmm.
People love you. They always want to know who you are and why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You ought to go and major in business administration.
Right.
Say you're a genius. See, you got to get them fixed up.
Yes.
Say you're a genius. Then you
Yes.
tell a little daughter you got, say, I tell you, you already 5 years old. You can type 60 words a minute.
Uh-huh.
You know one thing, you need to be in technology.
Uh-huh.
And Daddy going to buy you a typewriter, let you work right here in the office.
Right.
And you teach your children to get in certain parts of the business
mm-hmm.
that you want them to be in, because you know you're going to retire.
Right.
And then you get them certified. See,
mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't have certification.
Right.
You got to get them certified, get a degree or diploma or a certificate in something so they can become a specialist.
Right.
So when they put that in the business plan and on the resume, you'll see you have a qualified person.
Right.
And then before you retire, you look at your management team, your senior managers, and you say, now what happens if I leave here?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if my treasurer dies? He or she been with me 30 years. You get key man insurance on those people.
Ah, good
Key
point.
man insurance.
I've heard of
Well,
that.
my secretary has been with me 39 years,
mm-hmm.
and she is the smartest one in this business. She knows everything.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to get her insured for $300,000,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to have a policy when she dies that it will come to the company.
Mm-hmm.
$50,000 of that will come to the company.
Uh-huh.
The other go to her heirs.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to use this $50,000 to hire and train the best secretary I can find,
Right.
and use some of this money for her salary.
Gotcha.
And you're going to do that for all of your managers.
Okay.
That's called key man insurance.
Okay.
And when that accountant leaves, you can go and hire a certified accountant that knows business
mm-hmm.
versus hiring a person just finished college with a MBA
Right.
and they're not a certified accountant yet.
Right.
That's what you do with key man insurance.
Okay.
And with your kids already trained,
Mm-hmm.
they will move up as you move out.
That makes sense.
That's where you have to do it. And if you don't do that, you'll be like all these other businesses
mm-hmm.
where they had these black that own hotels here in Jackson, furniture companies,
mm-hmm.
clubs,
Right.
churches.
Right.
Even churches go out of business.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a good succession plan.
That's so true. That's
You have
so
to
true.
have it. You have to have it.